How's it going? How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We streaming live tonight on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram and YouTube. Okay, so I got all the platforms going and stuff. So again, my eyes gonna be kind of wandering, going from place to place. But I want to tell everybody good evening. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We got a great little quick show tonight. You know, it's a Wednesday night. We're not having the actual dollar hour, which will be tomorrow, Thursday, April 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I haven't really finalized what we're going to do tomorrow's show on. But right now, I just want to give you guys a quick little video in regards to 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. So like a quick entrepreneur tip. Again, 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. You guys know Mr. Short Dollar, we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. But the best way to stay updated, if you especially follow us on YouTube, hit that dollar sign in the bottom right-hand corner. But anyway, no matter what platform you follow us, being it YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, subscribe to the platforms. But you guys know that the YouTube channel is the main platform that we got all the videos. Got way over 200 videos on YouTube right now. The YouTube channel going great, but pretty much all the snippets from most of the videos are on the different platforms. But that is the main platform, the YouTube channel. So if y'all viewing us on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, you get a chance, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, but also subscribe and follow us on the platform that you're seeing us on now. But again, good evening, you guys. Again, tonight we're going to have a quick discussion about 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people want to get in business. They talk all the time about they want to do it, but they scared. They got different things that are holding them back. So I want to give you guys a blueprint on how to sit out and plan on how to take certain risks, okay? All the time people talk about, well, I just got to take a leap of faith, and you just do certain things. And it's easy for them to say, because most of the time when people give you advice on how to step out on faith and do certain things, they never did a damn thing themselves. But it sounds good because they heard it, they seen it, or they think they seen it. But your situation or how you got to go about getting things is going to be totally different from the next person, okay? And again, tonight we're talking about 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. As I go through the different pieces of it, I'm going to be checking some of the comments, but some of them I won't be able to answer, so please bear with me. What I will promise you I do, I'll go through all the comments. I'll try to catch them as I go through each section, but I definitely go back through everything once I get through it, everything, if you got any questions or anything like that, okay? But again, tonight we're talking about 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. And again, this is just some basic entrepreneurial tips. Anybody looking to step out there, do their own thing on how to kind of, set your plan together, how to implement it, and how to follow up, with looking at it in regards to taking those risks, doing something different, doing something against the grain, doing something that's extremely, extremely scary, and how to be successful in going about doing it, okay? The first thing I want to give you guys is, number one, know your risk tolerance. Know your risk tolerance, and that's pretty much how much risk and how much fear you personally can handle, okay? Risk tolerance goes, my undergrad is in finance, so that's one of the key things we always measure in regards to people that actually doing investments, knowing your actual client risk tolerance level, that being the amount of risk they can actually take under, knowing it. And there's nothing wrong with being afraid. It's something wrong probably just being inactive, okay? When you know your risk tolerance, you just got to be able to, number one, know what it takes to win. Don't overestimate a task. Don't underestimate a loss. Just kind of make yourself, more so educated about what you're trying to do, okay? Knowing, how much mentally you can handle with this, okay? The biggest thing I always tell people is to try to overcome fear or inactivity is just learn as much as you can. Confidence is, some people, like you say, they're born confident and they feel, okay, they can take any kind of task. Most of the time is really how much you know what you're doing, okay? In athletics, and if you see a person practice, where you get muscle memory, you're doing it like a second nature, or you got a speech or the project or some kind of presentation you got to do. People will practice, where it's almost second nature. And it's the same thing when you're actually looking at starting a new business, doing a different venture, or doing something different. You just prepare. Make sure you put as much information in your head as you can. Learn as much about all the pros and cons and everything, and I think you'll be okay. But no, the first step is, number one, knowing your risk tolerance level, what you can mentally handle, okay? But keep in mind, you're going to be doing something different. You're going to be doing something that's going to be extremely scary and new to you. So don't let that be a hindrance or a setback, okay? Once you identify all your little pitfalls, what can happen from that point, then you'll be okay, okay? But don't let inactivity and you being immobile be a factor why you don't try certain things, okay? That's the first thing, know your risk tolerance level. The second thing is, what I want you to do, again, we're talking about 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. The second thing is brainstorm your opportunities. What I mean by brainstorm your opportunities, we want to have our eyes wide open, look for certain things that we can take advantage of. You guys know all the time I preach, thinking outside the box. Don't try to always be, what you normally see everybody else doing, okay? And I'm not knocking anybody's business, but at the end of the day, if you're going to be doing something that's kind of common and stuff, you're going to get what? Common results. Now, if you had actually in a market that's underserved with certain products and stuff like that, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're going to have your detail, barbershop, beauty salon, food truck, which all of them can make money, but at the end of the day, is the particular area that you're providing for, do they really need it, right? And again, this is not the knocking about or say what you couldn't do, but there's nothing wrong with thinking outside the box. The first thing I want you guys to do, if you're kind of looking about doing something different, is kind of look at problems you can solve, where you see certain problems that in your particular market or area that needs help. Not you just trying to say, hey, I'm going to provide a particular service to people and provide a particular product. Look where people are needing your help, okay? And those are kind of things. That's how you have a Uber and a Lyft, because people didn't necessarily want to pay the kind of money, cab. They did not necessarily want to pay the kind of money, but it made it so much accessible to them if they could book the cab or have it come to them. Same thing with an Airbnb, where you can just sit here, find someone's house to maybe at a cheaper rate or more convenient for you, or you be able to lease out your own house. Those kind of things, thinking outside the box, those are disruptors to your normal industries that were out there. And those people that started those particular things, they're rewarded for it. What is it? Truflo, you guys help me out. The one, we can rent your own car out and stuff. Again, just thinking outside the box. You're like, why in the world would you do that? What would cause a person to do that? But these were actual problems, that were there. And they found solutions to be able to create for it. Just kind of like a good RX. You had people that were paying too much money in medical for prescriptions rather. And, again, you have the company thinking outside the box to find ways they can get certain suppliers to, streamline costs and everything. And now you have people be able to get subscriptions at a lower rate. It was a problem there, and they create something they can solve. So again, brainstorm opportunities, look for new trends, look for gaps in industries. I can be certain intermediaries and things like that. So just kind of just have your head just wondering. And if you guys look at my videos in regards to how to set goals and do things like that, and again, just go to the database. We got over 250 videos on Mr. Short Dollar. And especially on that goal setting video, I give you guys tips on how to do that, how to just do brainstorm, where you just sit down and just write down ideas. Don't look at the what's, if not, how can, why not. Just write down stuff. You go back later, and then you can do your little process elimination if it's not possible, if you can, because of your availability, your money, your experience, those kind of things. But when you brainstorm it, guys, remember, you're just writing ideas down. Okay. Again, we're looking at 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. We're at number 2. Brainstorm opportunities. That'll be different. Don't be okay with somebody like, why in the world would you want to do that? Again, we're talking about your bank account. We're not talking about theirs. So if people look at you crazy when you bring up an idea, be cool with it. Okay. Again, this is your dream. This is a task you're trying to undertake. If things go left, they're not going to be there for you. Things go right, yeah, they probably try to jump on the bandwagon then. But at the end of the day, you got to be confident in what you're trying to do. Again, you're going to do the market research. You're going to put in the sweat equity and make the sacrifice for your business to be successful. That's why you have to be totally concerned with it, and don't be okay with people just looking at your fund and just trying to figure out what in the hell you're doing. That's it's your prerogative, okay? And that was number 2 again. Brainstorm opportunities. Again, tonight we're talking about 7 steps on how to take calculated risks. Okay. The third one. Okay. Evaluate the risk level of each opportunity. This is very, very, very important. Okay. We done the brainstorm. We kind of looked at different things we want to do or things that we want to partake in, everything. Now we got to do something, start doing, that whole analysis, right? Of, what does it take to make this particular opportunity, to make this particular task happen. Okay. 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. The third one right here, evaluate the risk level of each opportunity. If you guys go back in my database, you can just go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, go into the search video section. I did a video on how to perform a cost-benefit analysis. A cost-benefit analysis in general is you're looking at relation of the cost for you to take on a particular task or acquire a certain product, acquire certain services. What is the cost of doing it? What is the benefit in doing in relation to it? Okay. If I spend X amount of dollars to do this, what is the benefit? That benefit may be goodwill. That benefit may be cash. That benefit may be exposure. What will I be benefiting from by actually incurring this cost? That cost can be you buy some new equipment. If you buy new equipment right now, can you be able to perform more tasks that you're currently doing, right? Or if you turn around and do free public service announcements for a certain organization, will that bring in X amount of new customers and clients to you? That's what we start doing, that cost benefit analysis. But we have to go through and do that. When you're in business, you don't analyze things to slow you down. You analyze things to get you data, so you can gather data, gather information, and so you can make an informed decision. A lot of times people don't want to do that on the front end when we talk about the front end analysis, because like, no, I don't want to do that. That's going to hold me up. I got faith in what I'm doing. God got my back. God gave you a brain. God gave you the ability and the health to go do certain things. And if your ass don't want to sit there and put it to use, that's on you. But you have to make sure you do this. All these major organizations, they got research and development, they got marketing departments, they spend millions of dollars in to make informed decisions. Why the hell when you do that for your fruit stand? You need to make sure you can gather information, zoning, marketing, cost, price, all that kind of stuff, okay? And let's let you guys know, we got videos on all that good stuff on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, okay? But you got to make sure you're doing that information, okay? Again, number 1, run that cost benefit analysis, go into the archives. You can find that video on Mr. Short Dollar in regard to that. The next thing, take like a whole 360 view of your business. We're looking at all the different things that, that affect your business personally, what can be doing it from directly, indirectly, those kind of things. Talk to your advisors, okay? Sit down with your lawyer, sit down with your accountant, sit down with your insurance broker, sit down with your consultant, all to get different kind of angles. I mean, the president got a cabinet for a reason. Whoever the United States president is a smart guy, but when they have all these different people in their cabinet that can give them information, they do this so they can try to make an informed decision. As a business owner, CEO, whatever you want to call yourself, your job is to be more on the strategic side instead of working side. We start going next level with our business is what? We start working in the business. We start working what? On the business, okay? And that's when you being a true boss, true CEO, okay? When you actually get yourself out of the mix and now you forming the strategy side of it, okay? Now, when you first start your business off, are you always going to be in that position to be working on the business instead of in the business? Probably not. You got to sit here, crawl before you walk. But you still got to be thinking that way because that day will come. And who to say when that day going to come, you're going to be ready for it or not, okay? But you got to make sure you talk to those trusted advisors. If you got to pay a little money to actually get somebody to consult you and get you some information, go on and do it, okay? The worst thing people can do is, and I go through this a lot with my business because I'm not physically doing something. What I mean by that, turning a wrench, swinging a hammer, and I throw my prices out. People are like, wow, that's pretty expensive. Most time because they can't necessarily tangibly see something that I built. I didn't build the porch. I didn't make the grill. I didn't install, the whole bedroom and all that kind of stuff. So they like, you just sat at a computer. But you gotta understand, people, you're not paying me for what I do. You're paying for what I know. And that's the same thing when you have your attorneys, your accountants, your insurance brokers, all those different consultants. The money that you spend for them is crumbs in regards to what they can protect you from losing and also help you gain. So always keep that right perspective in. If you're gonna have that kind of mentality, we're not necessarily paying for people that can put you next level, you're gonna be limited. Okay, but that's just something, just a little food for thought with that. Here's the thing about it: when you got information in front of you, when you gathered information, you've paid for you pay for people to consult you and do certain things. You put yourself in a position to make rational and logical decisions, and you ain't trying to make no damn hunch. Okay, you making hunches can cause you to lose your car, your house, your marriage, your family, everything, even your health. So try to make as many informed decisions as possible. Okay, don't cut corners on that. If your attorney wants you to pay so much money to do a certain kind of contract, whatever, pay that attorney. Don't get that damn contract off Google and they have a gazillion loopholes. And then we want to sue somebody, it won't stand up in court. I've seen it all the time. Hell, I don't want to cheap ride and them bit me in the butt before. That's why I can tell you, this is my 20th year in business. Trust me, in year 1 and 2, I made a lot of mistakes because I was trying to cut corners and everything like that. And I keep in mind, I didn't have the power of Google and YouTube that we have right now. But again, because I was trying to cut corners, a lot of time I came about bit me in the butt. Plus, I had no Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dog to look at. So I just want you guys to please take advantage of those opportunities that you have to gather, gather information and make informed decisions. Again, that was number 3. Evaluate the risk level of each opportunity. Tonight, again, we're talking about 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. And again, I'm going to go through the whole list just to summarize all of them once I get through. But again, we're just going through all of them. And right now we're at number 4. Know what you can afford to lose. Let me take my scotch break here, everybody. My mouth getting dry. That's that Balvenie, boy. That bell bites you sometime. Again, we have 7 steps on how to take calculated risk using easy entrepreneur tips. Right now we're at number 4. Know what you can afford to lose. Okay, what I mean by know what you can afford to lose, here's the thing about it, guys. I don't want any one of you guys going into it with that Las Vegas mentality, spend big, win big, or whatever. We gotta be smart about it. So how do we kind of circumvent ourselves from when we are actually trying to start doing something? We taking risks, but we're not putting ourselves in a position we lose everything. Here's the deal. What I want you guys to do is kind of start off small. All right, start off small initially. Why? Because it's just like we driving a car, right? The slower you drive the car, the more control you got. The faster you got, the more you lose control of your car. You're going faster, but you got less control. So the more money or different things you're putting out there, you have more risk at it. Start off small. And while you're starting off small, you gain experience. You're gaining knowledge. You're learning things of how things can go. Even though it's not the same as you putting in a major amount, you have those heightened risks. But now you're at a position where you still can kind of control certain things. And as you grow in experience, you grow in money, you grow in knowledge and everything, you can actually increase the risk level to do it. And one of the key things is when you take those smaller steps and everything, you actually help yourself to, if things go left, if things fail or things don't work right, you can recover yourself. The recovery is a whole lot easier as opposed to you just go all in and things don't work and bam. Like I said, you can lose everything not trying to, right? So when we start talking about knowing what you can afford to lose, take those small incremental steps, just, instead of going through, making, putting in 20, 30,000 people. Or this time last year, we had the Susus going in. People putting in $2,000, $3,000, come back a week or two later, a month later. Now they got 10,000. They feel like they were, all in. Then they turn around and put in another 10, 20,000, and they don't know where the hell those people at. They phone, still call them, don't know where the people at. You can't do that. Be smart about it, okay? At the end of the day, if something seems like it's too good to be true, it probably is, okay? So just be smart about it. If things are just so easy to get, you might get away with it once or twice, just like rolling dice or something. Like, you'll get it, but after a while, they probably come back and bite you in the butt. And you just got to be realistic about, with business is a process. Business is a process. It's not quick flip and everything like that. Again, you see those people on TV flipping houses and stuff like that, but you talk to any kind of investor, they'll let you know for sure it don't work like that. It really just doesn't work like that. You actually putting out money here, making prospects here and there, and after a while, maybe a couple months down the road, then you better take advantage of it. Because we all know, like in real estate investing, it's not if something gonna happen, it's when something gonna happen. And can you hold yourself and maintain in the process while it's doing it? But in this day and age of different shows and stuff showing, if you put in 100,000, put in 75,000 repairs, then you sell the house for 400,000. I don't know where the hell that at, but it might be some little subdivision on Mars. But it's gonna be tough to find deals like that in the U.S. They may come, they're gonna be far and few between. But I just want you guys to, when we start talking about knowing what you can afford to lose, you start taking them kind of risks like that. Make sure it's controlled. Again, start off small, mess up, making mistakes, lose a little money here and there. It's uncomfortable, but it's recoverable. And as you grow, well, like I said, with your money and experience, then you take bigger risks. Okay, that was number 4, knowing what you can afford to lose. Again, we're talking about 7 steps on how to take calculated risks, and just some basic entrepreneurial tips. Now we're at number 5. Have a detailed plan of execution. Here's one of the biggest things. I always tell people, I learned this, being in the Army. Failing to plan is plan to fail. You want to make sure that you got your plans and everything wrote down. Plans are just that. They plans. They can change. Okay. You got, kids put around track meet this past Saturday. Rain comes up. The track meet and everything was booked, months ahead of time. Inclement weather comes. You got to pivot. Be able to go to the, another day, reschedule, whatever. You have to be able to do that. You have to understand that things are happening and you have to be prepared for it. Okay. I want you guys to understand, and again, please kind of get in the mindset. We start talking about risk taking and starting businesses and stuff. You can never have enough information covered. It's not to make you not do it. It's not to scare you. It's to inform you. Okay. It's to inform you. Keep that damn word in your head. Inform. Okay. Ain't worry about scaring and all that kind of stuff. You're scared, you don't need to be in business anyway. Okay. And even, well, let me retract that. It's nothing wrong being scared. But at the end of the day, when you have your fears and those things that hurt, that kind of maybe will shake you, that's why you get informed, because now you understand how to counteract it, how to mitigate those particular losses. Okay. But as again, we're talking about those steps on how to take calculated risk, being number 7, that detailed plan and execution. I want you guys to try to cover everything you can with your business, that being funding, supplies, employment, marketing, employee training, all that kind of stuff. You got to be thinking about all the stuff that you got to sit there and think, and go over. You're going to miss stuff, but the more that you can put time in trying to brainstorm and figure stuff out, the better you'll be. Okay. That part, kind of drag contingent plans. We're real big on that, in the military. The contingent plans are just kind of like your what else. Not necessarily, you can say kind of maybe like a plan B, but it's just more so just, like I said, you plan for this thing and then it starts raining. Having, X amount of more things that you need on hand, having an emergency vendor on hand if one guy runs out of something, just like I said, you restaurant, you run out of bread, the normal bread companies closed, you have 2 or 3 emergency bread places on deck, so especially if you run out of alcohol, having those kind of things set up, at your bar, so you're just not out of it. That's one of the most deflating things, to go to a bar restaurant and you go and say, hey, I want this. We out of bread today. Okay, well, can I have this? We out of that too. Can I have this? Damn, you're like, what the hell do you have besides forks and plates? And sometimes people just don't do that. They don't have that. And you have to be thinking that kind of way, because You don't ever want to be put in a situation where not that you just can't even get certain supplies to operate your business. Yeah, they can up your prices, and those prices can be up, and they just really affect your margins. Well, you're not even making money anymore. You're not. Is it going to be hard for you just to sustain yourself to stay open? So I want you guys to kind of make sure you draft some kind of contingent plans. The next thing is implement that plan very meticulously. So what I'm saying, when you sitting there drafting that plan and putting it in, you're going by step by step by step by step by step with it. So you kind of just going through as smooth as possible, but you're covering as much as you can, right? Watch real slow while I unfold. Okay, so now you're sitting there looking, you're seeing everything you're doing, you're going by running your checks and stuff like that. And it's gonna be tedious, it's gonna be painful, it's gonna be boring, it's gonna be a damn headache, but it's yours. Okay. And these are the kind of things you gotta do when staying in business. We're talking about being in business, we're talking about taking calculated risk. We tired of damn hustling. Okay, we want to keep some money in our pocket, we want to see that money grow. Again, we're talking about taking calculated risk, right? That was number 5. Again, we're talking about 7 steps how to take calculated risk. Now we're at number 6. Number 6 being, and this is very, very, very important. This way it comes where you guys have to be a little patient. You got to be able to review the results you got and make certain adjustments. Remember, again, when we talk about those plans or things that we have to go back and make changes to it. Things aren't going the way we wanted to go. Okay, we might have hypothetically had some plans on how things were going to go. New laws came out, new zoning restrictions. A new person came in office. You see, a lot of times people have different businesses, and a new board can come in and make different laws. And hell, all of a sudden you damn out of business because you're not zoned for this, you're not zoned for that. Different insurance rates and stuff like that change and stuff. So you got to have certain things in place. Whatever you do, guys, don't ignore data. Don't ignore information. Don't try to sit here and just, even though you know things are unfolding, it's probably going to be something that you really don't want to see. You do want to see it, okay? It's all about perspective. So you want to make sure you gather as much data as you can and be prepared to pivot, be prepared to change accordingly to the things that come in front of you, okay? So I don't want you guys to be so stuck on that this is what I wrote, this is my plan. If you see the ship is damn sinking, don't be a damn fool and let it go down with the ship. Fine, get some buckets, get the water out, have you can tilt it back, be back in balance, and do that, okay? But make sure that you have those plans in place. Again, using contingent plans as needed, okay? Don't sit and be so stuck on what you want to do, and that's not gonna work. One of the biggest things, like I always say, with Mr. Short Dollar was we had the show going, and then what I had made a big change in the growth of the channel. I stopped so focused on what I wanted to do, and I had to focus more on what people needed, right? And so once I started solving the problem with people, from the information standpoint, what people needed from an entrepreneurial standpoint, from a personal finance standpoint, that's when everything went next level with the YouTube channel, okay? But you got to sit here and look at it like that. Get out of what you want to do, get more into what your customers need, because at the end of the day, you're not paying your bills, your customers are, okay? And use those findings to once you get that data, to make informed decisions and inform future decisions and other business endeavors you may undertake in the future. Okay, that's what the whole point of gathering information for. So you can sit here and make them informed decisions, and also, like I said, future plannings that you may do for yourself, or you may do in a partnership. You've already known those kind of things to to move forward accordingly. Okay, again, we're talking about 7 steps on how to take calculated risks. Okay, now we're at number 7. Okay, and this is very, 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 very important. Hook, line, and sinker. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail, guys. You're gonna have setbacks. You're gonna have things that are gonna affect you that you may look at as being negatively, but sometimes you may look at it as a failure. Sometimes you may look at it as an education point, teaching lesson, experience point. You can't get so caught up in I can't lose this, I can't lose that. Because sometimes you need to take a step backwards so you make a leap forward, right? And when you have success in life, true success, I ain't talking about you won a damn cash street. I ain't talking about you done sit here and maybe have some little things happen over time. And I'm not trying to knock nobody. I want to be straight up with people. You got to do some uncomfortable stuff. If you're doing the same things in life, you're going to get the same results. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with it. It's something wrong with you wanting to have successful results and you're doing everyday stuff. Life don't work like that. Life don't work like that. You go to work every day. You do a great job. You're on time. You're not getting bad write-ups or anything like that. It's great. but you're going to get the results of that. You're going to get a certain raise, or everything going to be incremental each year. But if you go in that trend setting, you designing plans, you're making things more effective, things more efficiently. You got different measures of different things that you're making differences on. Now you're gonna start getting paid because you're making a difference. Okay, and that's one of the things about if people aren't doing things that's going to be put them in position to go next level, don't have the same results out of that. You can't expect differently. A lot of times people are like, well, my job don't appreciate me, they don't have this, that, and that. You have to make them know they have an asset. Does that mean once you start promoting it that they're going to do it? They're going to take advantage of it? Absolutely not. But you got to make sure that you're doing your part to show that you're making these certain changes. Because here's the deal. It's the reason why people pay LeBron them all that money, because they produce, right? They produce. And when you produce and you got results, some kind of trail that people can measure and look at, that's when you get paid. That's when true success comes. And anything for the job you work at, the company you with, or for yourself, okay? But you got to be not afraid. Fear is so powerful, just like potential is. But if you don't sit there and put things in motion, you never take advantage of your potential, and you'll be overcome with fear. Okay. So again, I hope that information helped you guys. We're going to re-summarize everything again. Tonight we'll talk about 7 steps on how to take calculated risk. The first being number 1, knowing your risk tolerance level. 2, brainstorm opportunities. 3, evaluate the risk level of each opportunity. 4, know what you can afford to lose. 5, make a detailed plan of execution. 6, review results and adjust. And 7, don't be afraid to fail. Again, the whole list is in the description section. In the description section also, you should have all the links to all the different social media platforms, being YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Also, you guys know the Counted by Professional on Majestic Business Services. We still need you in tax season. You need to get your taxes done. You need to get your accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, consulting, all that fun stuff. All the links in the description section also. What am I forgetting? Make sure you join the email list that's in the description section also to stay updated on more great information we have coming down the pipe. We try to send a newsletter out each quarter. The new one should be coming out in the next couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that. Please make sure you join the email list. I think that's it. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night to the Dollar Hour. It's our weekly show where we talk. It's going to be every Thursday, 8 p.m. That'll be Thursday, April 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be still streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. Let me see if I got any questions on here. Hello, Divine. Hey, how you doing? I appreciate you tuning in. What's going on, Hunter? How you doing? Yeah, family's doing great. I appreciate you tuning in. See everybody here on Instagram. I appreciate everybody. What's up, Slick? Everybody tuning in tonight. Everybody here on TikTok. I appreciate everybody joining. Again, guys, we're on the different platforms. The main platform is the YouTube channel, because that's where the hub of all the videos are there. Again, we got, Mr. YouTube, personal finance, business, entrepreneurship. Hit that $sign in the bottom right-hand corner if you're looking at us on YouTube. But whatever platform you're on, please follow us on that platform. Got a lot of great information on right now. Got a lot coming down the pipe. April was an awesome month for us as far as putting out information and videos. I know March is going to be May is going to be a whole lot better. That's that tax brain. I'm tired. But guys, I really want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the love, support, and the growth we've had with Mr. Short Dollar. We're going to continue to put out great information to you guys. So make sure you stay subscribe and follow us on all the different platforms. You got any questions? You guys got the links for everything on the different platforms we are on. Take care of yourself, everyone, and be safe.